Alright everybody, welcome back to part 4 of my Argent depth set review. Now we get to the Primal cards, and start off the block with Cloud Snake Mount. Now Cloud Snake Mount is a 1-power Primal, 0-2 Serpent, following ability Flying Imbue, pay 6 and exhaust Cloud Snake Mount to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Okay, now this is an Imbue card that I like, because the Imbue has evasion. Now it makes a lot of sense from a perspective of, hey, I'm going to stun this card that may be blocked by a board state or something like that, to be able to go overhead and get that damage in. Essentially, it's like almost like giving a unit flying, except having a separate unit as well. But at the same time, I mean, the second ability is, I mean, it's so expensive. It's very much a draft card, like most of the Imbue cards. But it's a good draft card, I think. I say these things sometimes and don't even know if they're even close to being right, but sounds right to me. And we get this card, the From Elements. I've talked about this card at length previously, so this was my preview card, of course, that my spoiler card. Otherworldly Visitor looks fine still. I'm still not totally impressed. He seems like the weakest of the cards so far, of the transmute cards, because all the rest of them seem to be very like impactful and just really, really good cards. Now, I think this one also has the better first half than the other cards, because deal 3 damage to attacking enemy is still so good. I still stand by that it's the blue, what is that card? I'm blanking on names on card. But, yeah, solid card. I've talked about this card a lot. I could keep talking about it, but we're going to move on. Primal Etchings. Seems pretty easy to make blue power. Reflection. What gorgeous artwork, this card. Reflection is a 1-power Primal spell with revenge. Both players draw a card. Look how pretty that mountain is. And the trees. That is a Bob Ross painting if I've ever seen one. I gotta say, kudos to the art team for this one, because this is a beautiful card. It's a beautiful landscape. Card itself is a 1-star, but a beautifully beautiful card. Then we have Shatter. Shatter is a 1-power Primal. Kill a stunned enemy unit. I mean, this card is really interesting. I mean, it's very much a draft card, but, I mean, there kind of is a stun archetype out there. I don't know if there's enough to make a deck. Like, this is such an incredibly... Like, blue kill spells in general are very, very powerful. And I don't know if this is enough to galvanize an archetype based around stunning things. Like, it's a good card. It's a 1-power kill spell. It's good. But, like, I don't know if there's enough of an archetype out there. But if there is some kind of weird stun deck out there, maybe there is. This could see play. I'm gonna give it 2 star play, because it's a good ability, and I think it may be just a meme deck. It maybe just show up on a meme deck, like stun matters, but I don't know. I'm impressed by this card just because it's a 1-mana kill things. Then we have Shifting Illusion. Shifting Illusion is a 1-power Primal 1/1 illusion, flying, summon, and plunder. Okay, 1 star. Also, very good art as well. It's the Humbug going into the void. He's becoming he's the 1988 Guns N' Roses album Use Your Illusion. He's going into the void. Now we have a Cheerful Shepherd. She's a 2-power Primal 0/1. Summon, play a 1/2 Stampeding Beast. That's a draft card. But yeah, I'm gonna give it up. The art, whoever's doing these Primal cards is doing wonderful art. Like, that is another fantastic, beautiful. Maybe they're just doing. I just love landscapes. Like, that is a solid landscape. And there we go. Frost. Frost is a 2-power Primal. Fastball Revenge. Stun an enemy unit. It's there. It exists. It's a card. At least it's fast speed, so that's nice. Frostbite Elemental is a 2-power 4/5. Frostbite Elemental can't attack or block unless there's a stun unit. That is an imbue target right there. It's these maybe it's another target for our Silence Matters deck, but maybe it fits into the stun deck. I don't know, but that is a pretty decent. Yeah, you know exactly what that card's purpose is. It's not to get things stunned. It's to imbue. Because we need good, cheap imbue targets for imbue to be good. Like, cards with such strong downsides. Imbue targets are really good when you have a strong downside to whatever you're imbuing on. Because if you're just targeting a 1/1, what are you really gaining by imbuing? I don't know. But I don't know. Okay. Maveloth Huntress is a 2-power double Primal 2/1 elf with killer imbue. Summon Plunder. Okay. It's a decent enough ability. Like, it is a relevant ability to give to a creature, and it has the Plunder on it. I think it's pretty decent. I think it is a still 1-star card, but that's because imbue. I'm not totally sold on anything outside of limited, barring a few examples, and we'll get there. We have a Reshape. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Oh, I got a tickle on my neck. All right. Reshape is a 2-power double Primal Revenge. Transform a unit into a random unit if that costs 1 or more. Oh. I will start over. Whew. Transform a unit into a random unit that costs 1 or more. If yours are 1 or less, if enemy. Am I going crazy here? Am I going crazy? Wow. All right. Too much phlegm. All right. I'm gonna take another sip, and maybe this card will make more sense. All right. Transform a unit into a random unit that costs 1 or more. If yours are 1 less, costs 1 more. If yours are 1 less, if enemy. That grammar sucks. Then 6 time. Transform all of yours or all enemy units instead. This card's bad. I don't know what they want us to do with this transform deck. I don't know what they want us to do with this. Like, Like, I know I get that it has revenge, which is cool. And I guess if you've got Mind Link, you get copies of the stuff you transform. Yorja gets buffed. Vargo's Pelt. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. This. It's weird. I don't know. I never know what to make about these transform cards. It just seems bad. 1 star. Then we have Sky Serpent. Sky Serpent is a 2-power triple primal 3/3 with flying. Ooh. That's a spicy meatball. Like, I think this card is playable, honestly. This is a 3-star card. Like, in the Horror Flyers deck. Or Horror Flyers. Elysian Flyers, mostly. Because that's a 2-power 3/3 flyer. I know you had to work a little harder for it, but I don't know. I think this is it's playable. All right. I think it's playable enough to be 3 stars. Then we have a Steam Blast. Steam Blast is a 2-power double primal spell. Deal damage to an enemy unit equal to your number of units. And quadruple fire. Deal that much damage to the enemy player as well. I don't know. It seems like a 1-star card, but I mean, it's a very Yetis card because I mean it's blue removal. Especially Yetis love to go wide. Ugh. And then, yeah. I think this could go into Yetis, possibly. So I'm going to put it at 2 stars. Especially that deal damage to face is pretty nice. Yeah, so, I mean, this has potential. Any Yeti-type deck, I think, possibly out of the market, maybe? So I'm going to put it at 2 stars. Like, it's... If you've got a lot of units, and getting to that influence does not seem difficult, because you already want to get to quite a bit of influence anyway, so we'll see. Terrazon Echo. Terrazon Echo is a 2-power primal 1/2 Dinosaur Illusion. Dinosaur Illusion. With Berserk. When Terrazon Echo attacks, it gets +1/+1 this turn for each spell you have played this turn. Cool. And he's got Summon Plunder. Neat. I don't know if this goes in the dinosaur deck, though. It's a very cheap dinosaur with a pretty decent effect. The problem is dinosaur decks don't generally play a lot of spells. I mean, you've got, like, Twilight Hunt, a lot of the killer spells it's got. I just don't see it being... And I guess you get to turn power into a treasure trove, which is always nice. That's what I love about Plunder. Gets rid of those excess power and makes sure smooths out your draws a little bit. All right. Yeah, still 1 star. But Valiant Leap. Valiant Leap is a 2-power double primal revenge fast spell. Give one of your units flying and overwhelm this turn. If you've got double justice, it also gets +2/+2. Not bad. Especially, I guess, it has revenge. Not bad at all. I like that it gives evasion and overwhelm. This is pretty neat. Because I mean, there's been a horror deck just creeping up all along. There's always some kind of horror aggro deck that's just waiting for new things to play with. Like, giving this to Hojan is always a good time. But we'll see. We'll see how this... I'm going to give this a 2 star because it is a decent enough ability and it has revenge. Getting it again just seems like a good time because it only costs 2 and that's very nice like that. And getting the second ability trigger does not seem all that difficult. So I'll put it as a 2-star. I see potential. Valley Clan Sage is a 2-power 0/5 shaman. And you can pay for it to draw the top card of your deck if it's a spell, otherwise discard it. Yeah. Okay. This is a draft card, but I don't think draft wants it. I don't know. It does not seem where we want to be. Maybe it filters that power, but I don't know. Does not seem very good to me. Mobilization. Mobilization is a 3-power double primal spell. With Revenge, play 2/1/2 Stampeding Beasts. Okay. Sure. 1 star. Natural Order. Okay. More, I can see this being played in something like a Witching Hour deck. Because there was a Witching Hour deck that played a bunch of lands for a while. Just getting bodies into play, especially with having the Revenge on there. So it is 4 bodies, essentially, to play a bunch of those bodies out. But other than that, I don't see this doing anything. Natural Order Revenge is a 3-power spell. I'll give one of your units Killer. Okay. It's not terrible. It just costs 3. Doesn't buff up. I guess it's Killer and Primal, but it does not buff. Why can't it buff? I want it to buff. Give him +1/+0 in Killer. Give him +0/+1 in Killer. Just want to buff, man. I know we're paying 3 because there's Revenge on it, but give me a buff. Shared Vision. Shared Vision is a 3-power quadruple primal spell with Revenge. Exhaust 2 of your units and give the top 5 of your deck Destiny. Okay. This is a very combo-y card. Very, very combo-y. I just don't... I feel like this has some potential in some weird combo deck that it goes above me. Because, like, when people make those combo decks, I'm like, good job, you. My brain does not work that way. I do not bend that way. And it's just crazy on me. But I respect the people that can make this kind of thing broken. All right. This is a... It's 2 stars, I guess. For my rating system, it has fringe potential in a combo deck. I don't know what it is, though. I'm waiting for the people smarter than me to figure it out. Steam Sprite is a 3-power double primal 2/2 flying sprite. When Steam Sprite attacks, gain fire, already A+. And for 6 fire at the start of your turn, deal damage to the enemy player equal to your number of units. This card is great. I love it. Has evasion. It attacks. You gain fire. This is a good card. Like, I'm very happy with this. I don't think it's busted. Maybe it is busted. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is a solid card in some kind of Skycrag aggro deck, because I mean it wants to be attacking. But yeah, we're definitely gaining a lot of firepower from this one. Yeah, it's a solid card. I'm gonna give it a 3 because I don't think it's the best of the best, but certainly a good card. Yeah. Yeti Taunt Patrol. Yeti Taunt Patrol is a 3-power double primal 2/1 Yeti soldier with Surge. Enemy player deals 1 damage to themselves. Ooh! Summon Plunder. That Yeti has a hat on. And like chestplate. He is a fancy Yeti. I don't like that he costs 3 and he's a 2/1. The ability is super good. Like, it's very, very good. There's just so many ways to trigger Surge. I like the Summon Plunder as well. I'm gonna give this actually a 2. Like, there's a lot of stuff going against it, but that Surge ability is so good that, and it has Plunder. I think it is fringe playable at this point. It doesn't scream complete and total draft chaff to me, but that's just how I'm seeing it right now. Acrid Scorpion. Acrid Scorpion is a 4-power double primal scorpion 3/5. And if he's got double time, he's got decay. Double shadow, he's got lifesteal. Ooh. That's a card right there. Whew. Man. That is a unit. As a lack of a better term, that is a, like, okay, these are the kind of cards I like to see decay on, because he's got a big butt and he's doing damage. He's poking at things and they're taking damage. I gotta give this guy 2 stars because he's certainly fringe playable, and I think with the right arc. My only problem is he also costs 4. It's a little much, but he's a 3/5 body with 2 pretty decent abilities, and I don't know. I like that decay. He's a unit. This is the type of unit I like to see decay on. A 3/5 body. Yeah, that like blocks pretty well, and because if they think about attacking with bigger things, he blocks very well and he attacks very well. So I'm gonna give this a 2 star because I see something in this card and I think it's pretty decent. I just don't know what. I don't know what. All right. Forbidden Research is a 4-power double primal fast spell. Would draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. Gain double justice or double shadow. You're not Honor of Claws, buddy. I wish you were Honor of Claws. Or I wish there was a secondary condition. Like, draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards unless you discard a power. Or unless you discard a unit. Something like that. I wish this was like a thirst for knowledge type deal. They should have just taken that effect and put it on a card, like the thirst for knowledge type deal. Because I love me some Honor of Claws, but this is not Honor of Claws. But I still think it sees fringe play in Expedition because we don't have Honor of Claws. So I'm going to give that a 2. Just because I think it could possibly see play in Expedition. Also, it does the whole gain 2 stuff. So it's card filtering. It's not the worst. I'll give it a 2. A nice Haughty Warrior. Haughty Warrior is a 4-power 2/2 warrior plus health equal to your primal influence. Well, this thing presumably has a very big butt if you're playing the game correctly. Is this good enough to see play? Not sure. Probably not. Probably gonna give this a 1 star because it's a pretty okay ability, but I mean, like, it's gonna block a lot. But 1 star. Then we have Learned Imitator. Learned Imitator is a 4-power, 5 primal influence 0/1 rogue. Summon, transform Learned Imitator into a unit of your choice. Cost 5 or less from your deck. It says it's attack to 0. Interesting. Huh. It's a transform. trying to figure out what you're transforming into, because I honestly don't know what targets. Probably abilities like I'm trying to think. I just don't know what you're grabbing with this learn imitator. Like, there's the what am I thinking of? The 0-6, when you twist, you gain relics from your deck. That's, I guess she costs 5. It's weird, but Rost. This is what we do. We turn her into Rost. And then we just wall. Just a bunch of Rosts. Just Rost after Rost after. Want to fill the whole board with Rost. Just Rost for days. And I can't do anything. They'll wipe the board and or let's see what else we could turn it into. The 5/1 that when it dies, you deal 5 and gain 5. More copies of that for Learn Imitator. I'm trying to think of scream targets, because like I know she doesn't get the effect of summon with like a lot of scream targets are in the battlefield effects, but a lot of them are in tomb effects as well. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, but it's certainly a neat idea. I'm not gonna lie. It's going on the 2s right now, because I don't. My biggest fear is I'm gonna play her and not have a good target in my deck for her, but we'll see. Stealth Strike is a 4-power fast spell. Deal 2 damage to your enemy, and if you've got 6 shadow, it's deadly. Okay. Good job, Mr. Unseen. This technically is a kill spell. This is a kill spell in a. It's a 4-power kill spell though. I guess it's fast speed. And it's a 2-for-1 because you're getting revenge on it. I don't know. I feel like I would rather just play Death Strike. I know it's it's also fast speed, but there's less setup involved. You have to get 6 shadow in order to make it deadly. This one's going in the bin. 1 star. Helio the Skywinder is a 5-power 2/2 Shaman Serpent with flying. Summon, draw a card for each double primal you have. This card is pretty good. This card is pretty good. I mean, generally when you're playing her, if you're playing her on 5, there's a good chance you're just drawing 2 cards. And a 5-power, and we've established earlier, drawing cards is worth 3 power, because wisdom, of course. But this has the opportunity to go crazy at certain points in the game. I think this is a very good card. I think this is going to see play. I think it's a 3. Solid. This is a good solid 3. Gonna see play, but not gonna be a format all-star. Jotun Bonebreaker. Jotun Bonebreaker is a 5-power double primal 5/5. Surge. Discard a card at random and then draw a card. Ultimate, when you've discarded 10 cards, Jotun Bonebreaker gets +10/+10. Okay. Now, it's nice that this card has been brought up before by Chad. This does not require him to get discard card with his ability. You can self-mill yourself. Like, you can play him, then play, like, a Malaise and a 2 influence power, and just 2 of those after playing him, and get his ultimate to trigger. Seems very difficult to do. I think he's a 1-star. I think he's a draft card, honestly. It's nice that you get to draw cards with him, but I mean, feels like a draft card to me. That's a lot of work to get a 5-mana 10/10. We have Spellbound Ursine, which is a 5-power double primal 3/3 bear. It's a bear and it's a 3/3. I'm sad. This bear should be a 2/2 with Overwhelm and Imbue. Okay, it's a draft card. Once again, these Imbue cards, just draft cards. So many draft cards. Vengeful Flight. Vengeful Flight is a 5-power triple primal spell with Revenge. Play copy one of your units without flying, then give them both flying. Huh. Interesting. Weird. I mean, this is a very powerful effect. I mean, making 2 copies, making 2 of something, and giving them evasion. And it's cool that it has Revenge too. I don't quite know where I'd want this though. I honestly don't know, but I'm gonna give it 2 stars for its potential. It's a really neat card. I just don't know where it goes. Ancient Serpent is a 6-power triple primal 3/4 with flying. Summon draw a spell unit from your void. It gains void bound. Ah! It's a 3-mana 3/4 with a reread on top. This is pretty good. Like, I think this has constructive playability. Reread certainly did. And, I mean, a lot of these decks don't have a problem getting that much power. I think this could honestly replace reread in a lot of these decks because it's just, it's another body in play. It's a 3/4 flyer, and you get your spells back, and I don't know. I like it quite a bit. I'm going to put it as a 3. Not quite a 4, but I think this is a 3. I think this is a very, very powerful card, and I think we'll see play. Storm Prowler is a 6-power quadruple primal 0/0 dinosaur with flying that gets +1/+1 for each of your units. It's a draft card. It's a draft card, but yeah, it's pretty bleh. I don't know why they need to jump through that many hoops. I don't know, for 6, feels a bit much for this, but I don't know. Then we have Island Fearless, which is a 7-power triple primal 6/6 Scion with flying. Your other primal units have +1/+1. Excellent. When Island attacks, draw 2 cards. Sweet. I like it. Island, you're good. Island, you might be the best of the Scions we've seen. Like, I wish he had Aegis, but I think this is the potential to see play. Quite a bit of play. But I'm going to put it at 3. And we'll be able to evaluate from there. But I think this is a 3. This is probably the best of the new Scions we've seen. Um, I know she has to survive, and she probably won't, and that's why I'm putting her at 3. But if she sticks, if Island sticks, they're gonna have a bad time. Like, same thing with the other island, which no longer in format. The 612, which if she sticks, gonna have a bad time. But the problem is that she didn't stick, and that's probably the problem with this island is that there's just too much removal. Turn to seed, tears her to pieces. But yeah. Also, this might be a top end for the Horror Flyers deck because, I mean, she gets buffed by all this, and a big problem with the Horror Flyers deck is they generally run out of steam. And so if you're always looking for good cards to pick up from the Majestic Sky's ultimate ability, so be able to, see, I knew I would remember it eventually. The Majestic, this is the perfect target as like a one of for the Majestic Sky's ability. Because it's great. It's just good. You have a lot of blue flyers anyway. So, liking this card quite a bit. Initial impressions, very good. Putting it at a 3. Here we get to Power Stone Compass, which is a 7-power double primal relic. When one of your spells deals damage, draw a card. Surge. The next damage spell you play this turn deals +1 damage. Man, turning snowballs into cards, I like it. The question is, I mean, the big one is, does this go in Prodigious Sorcery? Because Prodigious Sorcery is the deck. I think this is the most likely to show up in. I don't know if 7 power seems way too expensive for that deck. But at the same time, though, also, it doesn't have to go face. So you can use damage spells like Hailstorm, Storm Spiral, Lightning Strike. I'm in Magic cards at this point. Yeah. And with the Surge, ooh. If you're playing power and you're it's making your spells much better. This is possibly a market option for the for those decks. I can see if we're still playing the Skycrag market. I think this is a pretty good addition to that, because especially in grindier games, especially that the British Sorcery, okay, generally wins the struggles against the grindier games. But I don't know. We'll see. This is a very powerful effect, and we'll see where it goes. Jotun Eichlinger is an 8-power double primal 6/6 giant. Summon. Deal damage to an enemy unit equal to your shadow influence, and you gain that much health. What? What? What are you doing? Why is it using shadow influence? Why is it not fire? Would that be too good? I don't know. This puzzles me, because I guess there are a couple Feln. There's one Feln Yeti I can think of, but other than that, I mean, Feln. I mean, I know it's a giant. I guess I guess I can think of it as Feln. It's giant, but it's just so odd that this is a Feln card. But it does have Aegis to it, so it is an 8-power 6/6 with Aegis. But I don't think it's very good. It only affects units as well, which sucks. I wish it could go face. If it's at 6 damage to an enemy, I would be all on board. Well, I'd be more on board. I'm still not you're completely on board anyway, but I don't know. 1 star. You're not good, Jotun Eislinger. All right, that wraps up. I think it wraps up the blue cards. Let me double check. That wraps up the blue cards. That wraps up the blue cards. And but yeah, so that we'll be back with the last review in just a second. And thank you, everybody, for watching this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video and follow me on Twitter at Wes Watches. And we'll see you guys later.